So I got to chatting with a gentleman who was buying some roses. And I said, "Can I smell them?" And I went to go take a whiff. And as I was doing so, he said, "They don't smell." And I said, "That's peculiar. A flower that has no essence, no smell to it?" He says, "Yeah, I just trim them back and keep them up." I said, "Interesting." And it got me to remember about my mother and her garden growing up. She took time and care in what she planted and what she grew, both in the backyard and in our front yard, in a house that we eventually got when I was around 11 years old. And sometimes they overflowed, sometimes they came out when she got busy or was busy with work or didn't have the energy to mind the upkeep. And there were a couple. First correction. One of the things that she had in the side backyard was lilacs. And it's just the best place for them. And I go, "Mom, why don't you plant them under the window?" She said, "I would love to, darling, but they don't get the sun and the shade that they need in the time of day where they would be planted under your window." I said, "It would be really nice though, because you know that's one of my favorite smells. And right under my window in the morning, whoa!" She said, "Yeah, I know, but you can always clip the clippings from the back and bring them inside," which I had done. On to the rose story. There were a couple rose bushes that grew and grew, and they came in and they kind of took over the whole garden. So my mom would trim them back pretty much down to their roots, and yet they would still come back. Every year, time and time again, my mom would trim them back, cut them back, and they would find a way to blossom and grow again. Entangling around everything, not to the detriment of other plants, but on their own accord. And as funny as it may seem or not, it got me thinking about ourselves and life. And being in a state of wherever you are, either punched in the face or thriving beyond belief, is no matter how much someone else or you think life cuts you down and cuts you back, you get to grow, you get to prosper, you get to be again. In different ways, in different aspects, you get to make your comeback. You're set up for a new back without the detriment to others. You thriving, you inspiring, you living the life you were meant to live gets to happen in each and every moment, built on a foundation of you. Appreciating yourself, not cutting corners, not knocking anyone else down. You get to grow and live, shine your light, blossom into the one you were always meant to be. Because that's who you are. Rose, scent or no scent, colored or uncolored, thorns or no thorns. That's who we are.